Let's talk about the winners. We've talked enough about Man City right now. I wanted to get a take from you, Jurgen, on Kylian Mbappe, because we did get to see all the best of him tonight. The speed, the quick feet, the finishing.
Yeah, and I think, it's really necessary to talk also about Carlo Ancelotti and what he's done over the last 8-9 months. Obviously, they had their troubles in the beginning of the season. Kylian had his troubles to get into a rhythm, to find a connection with Vinicius Junior, with Rodrigo, with Bellingham. We all were questioning, and is it possible to play with these 4 front players and not conceding too many goals on the other end? And it's a little bit, the discussion we always had over the years, when they tried to put the superstars together at Paris Saint-Germain, which didn't work with Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. And for, whatever reason, Carlo Ancelotti is always capable over time, it's not happening overnight, to put the pieces together in a perfect manner. And this was a demonstration tonight that he is able to put these pieces together, to meld these players together. And what was fascinating today certainly was the fact that they were not only attacking together, they had fun, they were passing the ball to each other. There was no jealousy at all involved. They were all happy for Mbappe scoring the hat-trick, the 3 goals. They were also fighting defensively. Rodrigo's dropped back, Bellingham dropped back, even Vinicius Junior dropped back. And this is where you see that they build a chemistry. They build a spirit within that team that is ready to challenge now the title in the Champions League. And obviously they are with Barcelona and with Atletico Madrid in the run for the Spanish title as well. But this is the handwriting of Carlo Ancelotti. Sometimes, we just months passing by and everybody's discussing what works, what doesn't work. And he just keeps working quietly. He's talking to his players behind the scene. We don't know what's really going on. And then comes along February, March, and suddenly we see a different face of a team. And this is really fascinating to see. And it's really fun to watch now Kylian Mbappe to come out there and be there also for his teammates. Not only thinking or being busy in his brain, thinking about his own goals, his own runs, his own moments. You can see he feels for his teammates. He wants to be there for them as well. He doesn't mind if they get the goal or they get the better moment on the field. And therefore, it was a huge, huge step forward for Real Madrid to integrate these 4 together, but integrate them with the rest of the team defensively as well.
Next. I thought the epitome of what Jurgen was talking about is Tony Rudiger's back in the team. And he's just a guy who wants... He wants to do the stuff that not a lot of other people want to do. He wants to do the defensive side of the game. And when Asensio makes a great challenge, I can't remember who... Marmoush in the box, Rudiger's over with the chest out trying to knock him over. He's basically patting the young man on the back and he's getting the sort of team spirit. This defensive aspect, it's not just about the superstars. It's about the other side of the game as well. The superstars are the superstars. Over the 2 games... I thought Dani Ceballos did a penalty apart at the Etihad when he was a bit clumsy. I thought over the 2 games he did a terrific job. And people like Valverde are just invaluable. Fede Valverde, go and play there, play there, run there, run. Marcus Llorente's the very same at Atletico Madrid. Right back, centre midfield, right midfield, wherever you want to play him. Energy, quality, maybe not quite as much as Valverde, but kind of similar player in a sense with the engine. And I just as much as we talk about Mbappe, and we're seeing the brilliant Mbappe at the moment, we're seeing a better Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo, and all that sort of stuff. But you need the people at the coalface. You need the people you need the Tchouaménis, the Camavingas, the Ceballos, the Valverdes. You need all these guys to do the hard yards to get the just rewards for the big guys that get the headlines up front. And over the 2 games, Real Madrid did that far, far better than Man City. It is interesting that you mention Atleti, because it is Leverkusen or Atleti up next for them. The favourites against both of those sides?
I don't think that Real Madrid would want to play Atletico Madrid over 2 legs. I don't think it's something that would be comfortable for anybody, but it wouldn't be comfortable for Real Madrid. There's too much knowledge there. There is too much of this game becoming about a fight and becoming about physicality, becoming about the actual rivalry that exists. And I think Real Madrid needs games like the one today, where it's about playing, not about fighting. So if that's the case, I think they would rather play against Bayer Leverkusen, who's a team that likes to play, for the most part. When Xabi Alonso doesn't get defensive and tries to speculate with results. For the most part, they want to play. If it is a matchup of teams that want to play, then I think Real Madrid is far more comfortable than getting into a fight with Atletico Madrid.
I think Real Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, I think is a really good matchup. We have Xabi Alonso, who did this amazing job, and is still doing a very good job, been talked about as a replacement down the line for Carlo Ancelotti. They also played, obviously, the big boys in Germany last year and sort of beat them hands down, took the title, but they were not in the Champions League. So they were in the Europa League, ultimately lost to Atalanta. But having the chance to go in the Champions League and play Real Madrid, and the type of football we know Bayer Leverkusen can play when they choose, I think that's a matchup that I'd like to see. It's not one you see very often. Real, I don't know how many times they've played, if at all. Leverkusen with Alonso.
Finals of the Champions League.
Huh?
Finals of the Champions League.
When?
Was it not? 2002, when Zidane scores a volley.
Oh, I mean, that's 23 years ago.
Oh, I'm just saying.
How am I supposed to remember that? But I think that for me...
Wasn't it in Scotland?
Was it in Scotland? Was it in Glasgow?
Where were you? Where were you?
Anyway, 20 years is too long. I hadn't gone there. I don't remember. Who was in the Champions League last year final? I don't know. I can't remember. I just think...
Dortmund, Real Madrid.
As a footballing matchup, I think Alonso's Leverkusen against Ancelotti's Real Madrid, I think for me that would be the one I would want to see.
Yeah, especially...
I know it's not about me, but...
Xabi Alonso coming against his former coach. Which one would you want to see, Jurgen?
Oh, I'd love to see that Leverkusen, Real Madrid, absolutely, because both teams are playing fantastic football, attacking-minded football, and they will go at each other. It will be still feisty. I mean, maybe not as feisty as if they would meet Atletico Madrid, but there would be still a lot of emotions on the field and on the sidelines. That would be a fantastic matchup.
Okay.
I was just about to Google to see if that was true.
Wait,
hold on a minute.
You think I'd be lying to you?
Bayer Leverkusen have been to the Champions League final.
Yeah, Zidane volley.
I remember the volley.
I don't remember who it was against.
How can you remember that volley? Yeah,
Hey,
come on.
Michael
You have to
Ballack was
remember
the big player.
Yeah.
What? I might have had a couple of. I might have had a couple of lads beers at the
Not like you.